Welcome, dear children, to another wonderful session of Amazing World of Science, where we learn NCERT line to line from classes 8 to 12 directly from our NCERT textbooks. And do subscribe to our channel so that you can watch all the videos as soon as I upload them. So in a previous session we were learning about the nature of matter. Today we are learning from class 11 part 1 NCERT chemistry, and we are continuing with the first chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry. So now we'll learn about classification of matter. So in class 9 and all that, if you remember, you've learned that macroscopic or bulk level you can classify a matter as mixture of pure substances. Again you can subdivide it here, see, matter you can divide it into mixtures and pure substance. Mixture can be again divided into homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Pure substances are divided into elements and compounds. Okay, now see, when all constituent particles of substances are same in chemical nature, we say it is a pure substance. And mixture, from the name itself we can understand it contains many type of particles. So if you take the case of a mixture, it has particles of two or more pure substances which is present in any ratio. So the composition is variable, and pure substances which forms a mixture are called the components. And many of the substances present around you are mixtures. See, sugar solution in water, air, tea, these are all mixtures. Okay, two or more pure substances, when you combine together you get a mixture. So what are the components of sugar solution in water? Water and sugar. Okay, sugar mixed up with water, you get a sugar solution. Then mixture may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. So what is going to be homogeneous mixture? Components completely mixed with each other without any separation. They will entirely mix up with each other. That means the particles of components of mixture are uniformly distributed throughout. If you take sugar solution, wherever you taste it, it tastes equally sweet. Okay, then air, these are all examples of homogeneous mixtures. See, in heterogeneous mixture, composition is not uniform throughout. Suppose mixtures of salt and sugar, grains and pulses, along with dirt and all that, these are all heterogeneous mixture. It's not uniform throughout. Okay, and so many examples of mixture you can come across day to day life, and you can separate it by using methods like hand picking. See, from sand you can pick stones and remove it like that. Filtration, crystallization, distillation, all these methods are there. Then what are pure substances? They have got characteristic different from mixtures. In pure substances, the components have a fixed ratio. Okay, and copper, silver, gold, water, glucose, these are all pure substance examples. Okay, glucose contains, see, if you take glucose, it contains always carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in fixed ratios. What is glucose? C6H12O6. So every time it will be the same, the ratio will never change. So like all other pure substances, glucose has a fixed composition, and the constituents carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. What are constituents? See, these are the substances with which glucose is made up of, and they cannot be separated by simple methods. You cannot just take away or remove carbon, hydrogen and oxygen simply like that. Pure substances, again you can divide it into elements and compounds. Elements contains only one type of atoms like gold, silver, so many elements, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, phosphorus, aluminum. These are all elements. They contain only one type of atoms. They can exist as atoms or molecules. What are atoms? Atoms are just only one part of the, just H means that is atom. H2 means two atoms of hydrogen, means one molecule of hydrogen. Okay, and similarly O2, that is a molecule, two oxygen, O plus O will combine to give you oxygen molecule. So atoms and molecules you have learnt already, and you might be very familiar with that. And okay, and you will be studying about them in detail in unit 2. And sodium, copper, silver, hydrogen, oxygen, these are all examples of elements, as I said already. And these will have atoms of only one type. Atoms of different elements are different in nature. Like if you compare hydrogen and oxygen, these two atoms are different from each other in their properties. And some elements like sodium or copper, they contain atoms as their constituent particles, but in some others, constituent particles are molecules which are formed by two or more atoms. See, if you take hydrogen, nitrogen and oxygen gases, they consist of molecules in which two atoms combine to give respective molecules. See, atoms of different elements, CHO, nitrogen, copper, sodium, CH plus H. These are atoms of different element. These are atoms of same element. One atom of hydrogen will combine with another atom to form molecule of hydrogen. See, one atom of oxygen combine with another atom of oxygen to give you oxygen molecules. Okay. So now you understand the difference between atoms and molecules. When two or more atoms of different elements combine together in different ratio, we call it a compound. What is the example? Take instance water, hydrogen and oxygen. These are different atoms. Okay. So two parts of hydrogen will combine with one part of oxygen to give H2O, which is a compound. And the compound constituents, we cannot separate it into simpler substances by physical method. Only by chemical methods we can separate it. So some compounds are water, ammonia, carbon dioxide, sugar. The molecules of water and carbon dioxide, we'll see it here. See, water molecules, 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. Carbon dioxide, 2 oxygen and 1 carbon atom. Okay. Now water molecule, as I already said, it has 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. And carbon dioxide has got 2 oxygen atom and 1 carbon atom. So atoms of different elements are present in compound in fixed and definite ratio, and this ratio is characterized to be a particular compound. So wherever it is H2O in any part of the world, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, it gives only water. And the properties of compound are different from the constituent elements. That means hydrogen and oxygen are gases, whereas when they combine together you get water, which is a liquid. So hydrogen burns with a pop zone, whereas oxygen is a supporter of combustion, but water is used as a fire extinguisher. See how interesting this is. And properties of matter and measurement. So physical and chemical properties, every substance has characteristic properties which you can divide it into physical properties like color, smell. Order means smell, melting point, boiling point, density. Chemical properties are composition, combustibility, reactivity with acids and bases and all that. So physical properties can be measured and observed without changing the identity or composition of the substance. But whereas chemically, see, for physical property, for instance, if you smell any substance, always agarbatti, always it is the same smell only, never changes. The measurement of physical properties, it does not require chemical change, okay, to take place. But examples of chemical properties like acidity, basicity, these are all, these will tell us about the behavior of the substance and on the knowledge of their physical and chemical properties, which we find out by measurement and experimentation. Now next session we will learn about the measurement of physical properties. So quantitative measurement of properties is needed for scientific investigation. Without that, we cannot express like length. If you ask the length of a room, how will you express it? Area, volume and all that, these are not quantitative in nature. So it is represented by a number followed by the units by which we measure the. For example, length of the room, we can say that 6 meters. 6 is the number and meter is it denotes the unit in which the length is measured. So earlier 2 different systems of measurements were there, English system and metric system. These were used in different parts of the world. Metric system originated in France in 18th century last part, and it is more convenient as it was based on decimal system. But later need of a common standard system. See, every part of the world should have a uniform system, isn't it? Such a system was established in 1960, which is known as International System of Units or SI system. And we'll stop at this for today's class, and next class we'll continue with SI system. See, this chapter is really important. Many children think that, see, first chapter is very simple. Why should I go through this in detail? It's not like that. Only if you learn these concepts properly, you'll be finding the remaining part of lessons from 11th and 12th really easy for your exams. And with that, we are coming to an end of today's session. Dear children, do kindly subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and you can comment and like our videos, and always wait for the notifications by pressing the bell icon, so that as soon as I post new videos, you will get notifications immediately. And thanks for watching the video.